Hello friends, today we are going to talk about submission fees in publishing. Hello and welcome back. Today I want to have a little chat about a bit of a contentious topic in literary circles, and much like my thoughts on exposure, I'm really not black and white on this one. If you've been pounding the pavement trying to get your written works out into the world, you have no doubt come across the dreaded pre-acceptance or submission fees. Now, for me, I've been in the industry for my entire life, not professionally myself, but with my family. So this was something that I just kind of knew and accepted for a long time. But as I personally got into the more professional landscape, I learned other people's feelings on this topic. And full disclosure, the idea of examining this topic at this time happened because Pei and I happened to be charging a small submission fee for our authortube anthology. More on that later. So, while I always knew submission fees were a thing, I personally came in direct contact with them when I joined Submittable. There you can filter by no fee, but generally those fee posts will slip in as well because most opportunities on Submittable come with a pre-acceptance fee. And this is not a predicament that is unique to Submittable. In a world where authors are told not to pay to publish, why is this a thing? Why do collections and blogs and anthologies and magazines see it as okay to charge a submission fee and get away with it? Strangely, right when I personally was pondering this topic, another author friend of mine was posting about it on his Facebook account. And it seems that there really is confusion about these lines and where they blur and where they break apart entirely. For me, the thing that divides classic, traditional, full manuscript publishing and the publications of anthology works are that these tend to be community projects, and community projects are not traditional publishing. When you take a look at the publications which are charging for submissions for a magazine or collected work, you're going to see that they're largely split into one of two categories. These are prestige works and community works. In the case of a prestige work, which I'm not going to focus on here, your submission, should it be selected, will be showcased among the works of more prominent creators. Because of this, the anthology or what have you want to sift out the best of the best, those who are the most dedicated to putting their all into the submission. This also decreases the amount of reading that they have to do, assuming that if there's a prominent creator, they're going to get way more submissions than they normally would. And it also increases the likelihood that they receive works which writers have truly put their heart and soul into. In the case of a non-prestige community work, which I'm sort of focusing on here, your submission is a part of something larger. While the creators of the publication are managing the project, they generally are not profiting from it, and if they are, it's probably not by much. The fees they receive are to push forward a passion project, and those funds go directly into publishing said work. In both cases, should you be selected, I have yet to see a situation in which you will not receive an honorarium and a comp of the publication you're a part of. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and well, I personally wouldn't pay a submission fee for something I'm not personally dedicated to, and for which I wouldn't get some sort of return if I'm selected to be a part of it. Which brings us back to the never pay for publishing statement. As someone who, like I said before, doesn't believe that this is a black and white statement, I think one can pay to be a part of a magazine or collected work and still disagree to paying a traditional publisher to release a full manuscript. The situations are incredibly different. All that being said, if you're considering submitting to a collection that looks suspicious in any way and is asking you for a hefty fee with no good reason to back it up, don't pay it. As writers on the internet, it's important that we vet every opportunity to the best of our ability. Reach out to the publication directly and get them to clarify down to the last detail. Ask your fellow community members if you're uncertain. I'm sure that I speak for most of us when I say that we're here to help. Really, if you see a fee on a publication, don't feel bad about wanting to do your research and get as much information as possible. Due diligence is key. A legitimate prestige publisher or community coordinator will always be happy to take the time to ensure that you're comfortable with being a part of their work. And if they don't want to take the time, there are plenty of fish in the publishing sea. With that, those are my general thoughts. Now, I'd like to make a little bit of a clarification on the fee that we are requesting for the Stygian Collection, because it became apparent to me that my original comment regarding it was a little bit flippant. I assumed that other writers would be on the same page as me when it came to submission fees, but one really can't make that kind of assumption, so for that, I apologize. My original comment was that the $5 would go towards buying us coffee while we read through a mountain of submissions. That is literally not the case at all. Let me make it really clear right here. All funds received through crowdfunding and submission fees for the Stygian Collection are going directly back into the work itself. The Stygian Collection is meant to be a community project. Yes, it is launching our publishing venture, but in doing that, it also aims to bring together and promote authortubers. For those selected, which, let's face it, we want to accept everyone, but we have to see how it goes once submissions come in. So far, what we've sent has been really amazing. The point is, our goal is not to cash in on $5 submission fees. We genuinely want to know that those submitting their works to the project are as invested in it as we are. And to go one step further with transparency, since I have tried to make it as clear as possible that that is important to us with this project, we have full intention to be transparent with finances as well. So any money that comes in during this funding process, you're going to see where that goes. So I think that's it for this little thought share and clarification. There was another area I wanted to go into further detail with, which is the contractual expectation of cross-promotion from creators. If you're curious about my thoughts behind that decision, I can go into it in another video. For now, I hope I've opened this up a bit more and made even more room for more transparency and discussion within our anthology and regarding types of publishing as a whole. One final little note, if you're looking for our Kickstarter, we actually decided to take it down in favor of a later launch. Kickstarters perform much better when you can actually show readers what they can expect from the project, and without submissions and art finalized, we don't have much in that area. So don't worry, the project is still going strong. We're just pushing the crowdfunding dates to a later date. Plus, this will also let us involve the writers in that process as well, if they want to be involved. All right. If you haven't already, please remember to like, subscribe, and hit the bell button so you actually get notified when I post new videos. And hey, check out more info on the anthology in the description down below, in the video link up here. With that, I hope that you are having a day that is just as wonderful as you are. Bye.